Henry, thanks very much for joining us. Before we look ahead to tomorrow's game at Arbroath, we've reached the first quarter part of the season, 9 games down, we've played every team once. As a squad, how do you feel the first quarters went?
I think overall it's went well, although I don't think we've got as many results as what we'd maybe have hoped or picked up as many points as maybe we've have hoped. I think if you look at game by game, I think the performances have been there. I think we've been very unfortunate at times to come away with not as many points as what we would have hoped. But yeah, I think overall it's went well, and hopefully we can build on that and start getting them points in and get to a real good position in the table.
Yeah, and obviously ahead of a difficult away game tomorrow at Arbroath, the away form's been good. We're unbeaten on the road so far this season.
Yeah, that's a massive positive for us. We touched on it there with the gaffer the other day about how good we have been away from home, and hopefully that will continue. I think it's a big strength for us at the moment, the ability to sort of battles away from home and have a real strong defensive structure and battle for them points that we've been picking up.
And lots of positives to take from last week's game at Dunfermline in terms of the clean sheet, keeping that unbeaten record going. Yeah. Arguably in the second half we looked like the only team that was going to win it.
Yeah, I think the first half against Dunfermline was a bit shaky, but I think the second half we really came together as a team, and sort of even in possession I thought it was very good, the chances we could have created. Obviously I think it's looking forward now is just sort of getting that final third sorted and finishing off the chances that we are sort of creating. So, but yeah, like you said, the clean sheet is good and the unbeaten record continue. That's obviously a great positive. And I think it gives you real confidence going to a place like Arbroath, where from all I've heard it's a a tough venue to go to. It could be very windy, etc. But when you have that in the back of your mind, knowing that you haven't lost a game away from home, I think it gives you real good confidence.
Yeah, and I suppose it is important. We take game by game, but obviously you do build on those positives, particularly going to places like Arbroath.
Yeah, I think, I think the boys will be massively up for it, and I don't see us going in with any sort of doubts. I think we know what we can do, especially away from home, and I think we have a real good chance of picking up some points.
And obviously the previous game against them's gone now. Yeah. It's in the past, but there will be that feeling as players that we didn't do ourselves justice that day. One of our worst performances of the season, arguably.
Yeah, I agree on that. But I think also if you look at the game, I think the stat was something, we had about 17 shots, I think it was, and I think it was 7 on target or whatever. So we although it wasn't our greatest performance, I still think you can take confidence from that, knowing that you did sort of bring the game to them in terms of creating chances, and I think we lost the game on that day. In my opinion, obviously there's a couple of set pieces and stuff like that, and little mistakes and errors. So if we can iron that out, and like we touched on away from home, we haven't really had them mistakes. Yeah. So I think it's a big confidence we can take into the game.
And having played everybody once now, with a better idea of what the season's going to be like. Obviously every game's going to be different, home and away games will be different, but we know what we're up against now. Yeah,
I think this league's really fun in the way that I think anyone could be anyone. I think it's one of the rare leagues like that where you go into a game and you probably don't know who's going to win. So yeah, like I said, we've played every team once, and I don't think we've came against a team where I thought we're going to struggle against these. I think every time we can go into a game now, we can know that we have the possibility of winning this.
And how's the mood in the camp? How's training been this week ahead of tomorrow's game?
Yeah, I think everyone's moods are really high and building on the away form and etc. And we had a debrief of the 9 games, and we sort of have our eyes set on what we need to improve on and what our strengths are and what we can sort of build on together as a team. And I think everyone's with a clear mind now, and we've got our targets set and we're ready to go.
Thanks for your time, Henry.
Lovely, thank you very much.